Hi, hello, welcome back. I wanted to do something more formal, more sit down, alongside obviously everything else I do, and I wanted to also bring some perspective on the last coming month, um, and do like a recap of the month of like my music stats, movie stats, life stats, all of that kind of stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing, and I know it's a little bit different, but I hope you guys enjoy and welcome to the September roundup. Right, if you don't know me, you probably don't know that I have a fat CD collection. But I do. It's great. I love it. And I can't stop it because I love physical copies of music. I obviously listen to a lot more music on Spotify nowadays, but I love to hold it. I love to have it. I love also just playing CDs because they're great. So that leans perfectly into like the first little bit here, which is my favourite CD purchase of the month, which is Short and Sweet by Sabrina Carpenter. Like, what else? I'd actually pre-ordered this, so technically I bought it ages ago, but still, it's a great follow-up of emails I can't send. But I'll talk about that more later. And I'm obsessed with this alternate cover. I'm obsessed with how much it fits the vibe and how I like the colours are so beautiful. And just looking at her beautiful little face, and I love it. I really love it. And I love how these colours really translate lovely with the red back. And I'm obsessed with the picture disc. I love a good picture disc, and this one is just so cool because it's just like lined paper with lipstick kisses all over it, but I'm obsessed. And my favourite thing in the world is CD booklets, and hers did not disappoint. I'm very happy. The most played CD though this month is Boy by Luke Hemmings, and I did have to pull it out of my CD player for this today because it's not left it since I put it in there weeks ago, because I love it. It's such a good body of work, and I know it's an EP, but it's so great. I wish it was longer, but I'm also kind of happy that it's just a small little project for him because it was great. Like, when it came out, it was really great, and it's still good now, and I can listen to this over and over and over again, clearly. When I got to go see him in May, it was amazing. It was so good, and I was so happy that I was able to catch him on his first solo tour, and it was so great to see him in this tiny little venue, because I've seen 5 Seconds of Summer so many times now. I say that, I've seen them twice, but like, they're in arenas, and this was just him in like a little tiny little thing, and it was so good, and it was so emotional, and it was great. It was just so good. And like, the music just speaks for itself because he's already good in 5 Seconds of Summer, but like having him in his own kind of like way as well is really great, and I love it. So, Boy. Spotify stats. My most played song is Dumb and Poetic by Sabrina Carpenter of Short and Sweet. It's a ballad, and I love a good sad ballad. Like, it was literally just bait for me. That, like, it's just, oh, just like everything about it just itches parts of my brain I didn't know needed to be itched, and it was just like that vibrato stuff. It's like just like, as comparison, my favourite songs off of the Tortured Poets Department are like So Long London and Love of Your Life and How Did It End and that kind of stuff. So Dumb and Poetic is just was made for me to fall for it, like face first on the ground, fall for it, and I did big time. And I love it, and I'm great. Like, it's so good. Oh. By no surprise, we can find out that the most played album of the month is Short and Sweet. I feel like obviously Short and Sweet came out at the end of August, and I feel like when it first came out it jolted me because I'd been listening to Emails I Can't Send a lot, and I was obsessed with it, and I'm still obsessed with it, but like it was a very specific like kind of like style and aesthetic. I really loved the music in it. And then we got Short and Sweet, and it jolted me because it was completely different, which is obviously the point, and makes it even better, because when an artist does the same thing over and over again, it becomes, puts them in this box and it becomes repetitive. But I wasn't quite ready for it. But now that I've had time to process it, it is amazing, and I love it. I love that the singles are not at the forefront of the album, so the album doesn't feel stagnated. They are buried within it, and they're not next to each other, and I love that, because that gets me a little bit like, oh, okay. So just the singles were the first couple of songs. No, she's really like thought about the album display as well, and how it plays and all of that, which is really important to me, because I need an album to play nice. You know, like my favourites are the ones that have bookends and that have little transitional moments and stuff like that, like Manic and Harry Styles' first album, and 5 Seconds of Summer's Sounds Good Feels Good. I love those like story playthrough albums. They're great. So like I'm really happy that she thought about the placement, and I think that Don't Smile was a great closer, and it's a good album. Like, it's really good, and it is deserving all of the hype it's getting. And at this very moment, other than obviously Dumb and Poetic, I am obsessed with Juno. But I think that's mostly because of the movie. I love the movie Juno. That style of film is my favourite, and how Elliot Page at that time played that character was amazing. Like, no surprise, the artist of the month is Sabrina Carpenter. But that is purely just because I've been going at it with Short and Sweet. Like, when a new album comes out, or I find a new album, that is the only thing I can listen to until something else comes out. So it's just like, that's just it. And that's why in in April, I was panicking so much because Found Heaven by Cohen Gray, Tortured Poets Department by Taylor Swift, and Boy by Luke Hemmings all came out in the same month, and I was panicking because I did not have enough time to process all of these albums. But that's just how I listen to music. It might be a little bit weird, but that's how I do it. I'm happy to have Sabrina up there because normally Taylor overshadows my artist section because her body of work is so vast and so big that I'm always listening to something with Taylor. So it's nice to have a new one up there. Yeah. My favourite purchase this month is my little Freedex bag. Look at her. She is a beautiful little red number. She's Irish, she's leather, she's vintage. She was under £10, and the person has clearly scammed themselves when they gave this to me off Vinted, because I back searched her and they're going for like £50. So I'm really happy about that. Yeah, this is a really great bag. I am on a mission to get rid of all of my fashion bags and replace them with leather bags. So this is the start of that. I have an investment workhorse, which is my leather backpack. I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but she is my everything. I bought her when I was about 17 years old. It was a massive investment, but she will outlive me. And that's what I want. I don't want to have to keep buying things because things are breaking. I want to live and love things for as long as I possibly can, and this is one of those pieces that can do that. And I'm really happy that I was able to snatch her up for such a great price, and I love her, and she's just great. Right, I went to the cinema twice this month, which is quite a lot compared to recent times, and I need to keep that up because I love going to the cinema. But I watched Twisters finally. I know I'm really late to the Twisters party, but it was actually really good. I don't think it's like the creme de creme of filmmaking, but it is really good, and I think that's a testament to the people that are in it, especially Daisy. I love Daisy Edgar Jones. She is like everything to me. I love her. I love her in Normal People. I love her as a person. Like, her style is great. She is beautiful. That always helps, doesn't it? And she is really good at making her characters feel very different, even though they're played by the same person, which is something that is difficult in filmmaking, especially nowadays, because everybody's a personality as well on top of just being an actor. So yeah, I'm really, really, really happy that I got to see that finally. The other movie I watched was Beetlejuice, and that was also very good. I don't know how I feel about the first Beetlejuice. Like, I'm a little bit, it's good and I get the point and all that kind of stuff, and I understand why it's such a amazing movie and a good testament to filmmaking. But I don't feel like I know enough about it, and I need to go back into it and watch it a few more times and look at it more. But I will say Beetlejuice was just a fun time. Like, they weren't taking themselves too seriously when they made that movie. They were like, we're gonna make a sequel. We know not everybody likes sequels, but we're gonna have fun with it. And it was really fun. Like, I had so much fun just in the cinema with my mum and my brother, and it was just a really, really great, like, feel good couple of hours, and I'm really happy I watched it, and I'm happy that it's batshit crazy. Best movie I watched out of the cinema is probably the second Maleficent. I can't remember what the full name of it is, but I'd never seen it. And I don't know why I've never seen it, because I did watch the first one and I did quite like the first one. But I must have been so much younger. So I must have just been caught up in like the Disney train because I was a child. So I just didn't watch the second one because I was a lot older and was like, but I watched it with a friend who had seen it before, and she's like, no, you've got to watch this because it's actually really good, and I think it might be better than the first one. And I think she's right, because there was something about it. There was like a feeling to it where it felt very like grandiose, and it was like this amazing big film with Michelle Pfeiffer being an absolute bitch, which is the best kind of Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay, I'm not the biggest fan of her, but when she's playing a bad person, she's good. She's really good, because like, come on, Stardust. If you know, you know. And it was really good, and I really enjoyed seeing character development for Maleficent, because she can be just put into like a little box because she is Maleficent, and obviously in the Disney original, she's like evil, hates children, all that kind of stuff. But in this one, she has softness and she has darkness, and it's really, really good, and I really enjoyed it, actually. Yeah. I also watched Billy Elliot for the first time, and I'm like, how have you never watched Billy Elliot before? Like, come on. You studied modern Britain history, like. And that was nice, because since finishing modern Britain history, it's something that I still can connect to within my life. As much as that was a moment in time for studying, it is also now, it's like, it's imitating life, you know, like those themes and topics that we spoke about are very important in understanding the government now, even though it's from past governments. But like, seeing patterns repeat themselves and all of that kind of stuff, it's like, I feel empowered having studied that side of my country's history. So yeah, and to watch things that I studied play out in a movie like this, and seeing them represented in the way that they were, was really great. Like the miners' strike and the North-South divide, and obviously the idea of toxic masculinity, and how masculinity can look but also feel and look feminine, but doesn't have to necessarily be feminine. Like Billy is still this, masculine guy, and I found it very poignant when he said to his friend, I dance, but I'm not gay. And I'm like, it would have been a really, really easy out to make the story that he's gay and he dances, when you don't have to be gay. This is just another representation of masculinity. I think a lot of people in film equate these feminine acts to you being queer in some way, when you don't have to be. So I'm really, really happy that was the representation. And then the development of his dad, and that representation of masculinity was really great. Also, last month went back into watching all of the Harry Potters, and with the absolutely sad news the last week that the lovely and wonderfully talented Maggie Smith had passed away. I'm quite happy I'd watched them recently, because it reminded me of how much of an amazing actress she is, and what a strong character she played. It was really nice to go back and watch it. It also felt really nice and cozy, because there is a childhoodness to Harry Potter for me, obviously. I think that's with a lot of people. I grew up as it was like in its real flows of happening, and kind of grew up watching them, and it kind of was starting their age group when it finished. So like, I don't know, it was nice to watch them all, and my favourite one forever still is the Half-Blood Prince. And there's just a feeling there. That one's it's funny, it's my favourite. It's just, I don't know, it's a warm one, that one. My favourite moments this month have been my mother's birthday. She had a 2-day thing where there was a party at a pub that she really likes with all of her friends, which was really great because I love all of those people. I grew up with those people, so it was really, really nice to talk to them and see them. In an adult sense, I see them all the time, but it's nice to just be with them and see them. Yeah, and it was a really, really great night to see her have fun with her friends and all that kind of stuff. And then we went to Winchester the day after on her actual birthday, which was really, really great. My second favourite moment was definitely the last few little days of summer we got, and just sitting with friends outside the pub drinking, where we all accidentally came together. We all ended up at the pub at the same time, seeing each other and being like, oh my god, it's so great to see you, and just having a drink with the last moments of sun, which was really, really lovely. And then 2 future moments I'm very excited about is my tattoo appointment on the 15th of October. I'm doing some things I've been wanting to do for a really, really long time, and I'm excited to get to show you all of that and to just have it done. I know it's going to hurt like a bitch because I've chosen some lovely placements again, and I'm just excited to just develop in the tattoo area. And then I'm excited to go home again. I'm going back to Amsterdam for a couple of days. We're going for maybe not the nicest reasons, but I always really, really love going back and just being in the feeling of being there, because it's where I grew up without actually living there ever, but you know, there's that nostalgia and the childhood feeling over there, and yeah, I'm excited. So yeah. Thank you for you know, being a part of my recap, because doing the stuff that I do on here as well is also really, really great, and it's great to just be drinking in life, because I'm stopping and taking videos of things, which is something that I've been missing for a really long time. I haven't been soaking in moments, I've just been wanting things to happen. So like I'm happy to do stuff like this. So yeah, thanks for watching this, if you did. Thanks. And let me know if you liked it. I think I'm gonna do this again because I'm loving the perspective on it for myself. So yeah, I'll see you guys next time and all that lovely bullshit.
Well, I'm perfection when it comes to first impressions, but I romanticize and then I get to stressing.